Very, very warm. Good evening. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. You're live on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. It is the 20th of April. It's a Tuesday. Sorry, 20th of January. Why am I already in April? 20th of January, 2026. It's another day in Indian football. Officially, Amelia Valverde has been announced as the head coach of the Indian women's national team. It's being said coach, but from what I understand from AIFF people, that she is now the head coach of the women's national team. It's a day that Hugo Bomus, as a next player, has decided to leave Indian shores and move for the moment to Selangor FC in Malaysia to join the ever growing band of ISL foreigners leaving the country. And did a video on that earlier today. So if you like, do have a look at it. Let me know what you think about it. And as always, like, share, and subscribe and this channel. And we will talk about these things and also the Champions League restarts in the year 2026 with two more rounds to play. And we'll speak about it in the first kickoff. Kairat is behind Club Rouge at halftime 0-2. Good evening, Augusto. Welcome back. Amelia Valverde is good recruitment. Shom, this is a very good question because from what I understand, someone who's done good work with Costa Rica, you know, and to me, it looks right. My question at this is she's joined the camp now. We are less than 1.5 months away from our first game in the AFC Women's Asian Cup. And the question now is how much impact can she have with the team, right? So that is my concern, bother looking at it. And therefore for me, yeah, therefore for me it's very, very important to see what happens with her and the team. I wish her and the team all the best, and I hope that they can get a result for us. And but that will not be easy. So that's clearly evident for me that that is a challenge for her and the team anyway. And now let's see if she can change something. Again, she's got a match tomorrow against FC Zurich. Let's see what happens in that game. And then they've got another game, and then they're supposed to play the Turkish Women's Cup. And then we'll see where does the team stand? How good is it? Can they really really perform? Right, that's going to be the challenge. It is like buffering. I'm just checking. At least for me, it looks fine if you ask me, but hope it's right. Another nice Haska. Thanks, Devamit. Yeah, I've been pushing that. So yeah, got my beard cut as well as my hair. Ashish, I'm good. Hope you're doing well as well. Thanks, Yuvraj, and hi, Raj. Welcome, guys. Welcome back, guys. Yeah, so that's where we are, and that's why um, you know, you know, and it'll be interesting to see the women's team. There's, I would say, a certain level of expectation now because you now have a foreign coach. But can she perform with that team, given the realities, given the circumstances? That's going to be very, very interesting. And she joins, of course, Crispin Chetri and Priya PV. And yeah, it will be interesting to see what she can do. And yeah, will be very, very interesting, you know. So let's see. Your views on Kashi signings for now. Yuvraj, uh, you have to update me on the signings, who you have confirmed as Inter Kashi. As if I'm not wrong, Inter Kashi had um, I think Nishu Kumar, right? Nishu Kumar was joining. Um, Probir Dash was another addition, but she was there at the Super Cup. Mario Barco stays, right? Um, so therefore, I'm interested to see who else is coming, and then I can actually, you know, हम एशिया में कब अच्छा करेंगे स्पीक इन हिंदी. आशीष, कब हम अच्छा करेंगे इन एशिया. um, तो मेरा तरफ से बोलना बहुत ही मुश्किल है, बिकॉज एशिया में अच्छा करने बहुत काम करना है इंडिया में. इंडियन फुटबॉल हैज टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क, and to me that work needs to get done. And to me, जो जो सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, and so therefore for me, अब जो पूछते हो एशिया में कब अच्छा करेंगे, बहुत साल लगेगा. बहुत साल लगेगा, एटलीस्ट इन द मेंस गेम. वुमेन्स में तो देखना है क्या करना है, देन लेट्स सी. Hey Roshan, haircut joining Bundeswehr. No, Roshan, I think we need to get ready. You don't know what Donald Trump is going to do tomorrow, so no, was needed. And yeah, did the full thing. Actually got rather a summer cut in this cold weather, but yeah. Hi Blue, thanks a lot. Any tentative broadcaster name? No, Raj. I don't see any broadcaster really coming forward, in the sense that that the expectations are there, and so to me, if you ask me, the reality, um, again, we're talking about DD and hoping for some OTT platform to pick it up. So is the Intercaste request to play all away games accepted by AIFF? Yuvraj, not at the moment, not at because to me, both Mohammedan Sporting and Intercaste have made the request. There is a tentative fixture list which is going around, and I've been told that most of the clubs have had to, turn down because stadiums, venues are not available. So therefore, for that question now arises, is how can you create a schedule without actually knowing the dates, right? That is beyond me. And yeah, let's wait and see what happens in the next few days and weeks. ISL fixtures out C1s. They are not out, Sachin. They again, there are people telling you that those are the ones which are out, and those are the tentative ones, and most of the teams have not even agreed to them because most venues supposedly are not even available. So therefore, there are no dates of the ISL. Um, you know, so therefore, one will have to wait and see what happens, because the venue issue is a big one. Do you expect a foreign coach appointment for the ISL season if it happens? If you switch foreign coach level, uh, Roshan, which foreign coach for what, for whom? Which you speaking about the team? Is Inter Kashi interested in Guwahati? As far as I know, they want to play in away. That's, I think, the option one. I think the option two for them was Kalyani. And I think Guwahati is also there on the list. But again, there are elections as Assam. So the question with Bengal, with Assam, with Tamil Nadu, with Kerala is elections and the dates whenever they will come out, right? When will East Bengal sign the new foreigner? Sort of no idea. They're looking, they've tried to sign strikers with ISL backgrounds, but it looks at the moment no clarity on that at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see what decision is taken on that front, right? So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Nishu, Lendungal, Jayesh Rane, Lamas, GFK1, Planas, GFK1, Ines Spanish goalkeeper, Humanis stays, Barco leaves, sadly, injury. Okay, Barco leaves. Okay, so it doesn't sound bad. If I look at Jayesh Rane, experience, Lendungal experience, Nishu experience, all these players have won certain things, played national team. And yeah, for foreigners, not bad at the moment. Indian women just lost a friendly match against Ukrainian club 2-0. What your opinion? Because there were many players missing. So I'm missing or not missing. They were outplayed, lost 2-0, and that should be the worry and concern. And that I think will be, will be a big task for Amelia Valverde, with players or no players, whoever is there, to try and figure out how to get the best results out of the team, right? That will be the challenge for her. So DD News plus fan code, Blue. I don't even know um, if DD News will want to pick it up, right? So we'll have to wait and see. German haircut, yeah, was it? So like I League clubs did for Sony, clubs came forward to get broadcast and national clubs. 14 of them do that. Club owners like BFCA. Monmouth Supergiant FC Goa does have good connect. Can use that. Have good connect to whom? Ogni. You've now mentioned three entities who I don't think, again, yeah, JSW maybe somewhere, but I don't think they've got the right contacts to the media houses to try and figure out something. The only, and I don't think even Sony is interested at the moment, you know, and, you know, to come together again. The clubs are indirectly paying for it anyway, right? If you look at the calculations, um, you know, I'll be interested to see what happens, but let's wait and see. Santakashi sent foreign is the we will have to see. I We're not talking this season about quality, right? X9P. That's always my point, that we're talking about. Um, you know, mm, we'll have to wait and see. Let the team set up, and then we'll see how good and whatever it is. Is it possible to start the league before March? Blue, I have concerns. Can the league be started at all? With all the venue problems which are there, venues, blackout dates, washout dates, the grounds are actually factually not ready. Where are you playing? Right? So to me, we've not, the issue here is that, and this is putting now pressure on the clubs to try and get something to work for them. Right? I've had people saying, not working. Marcus saying within 48 hours schedule. X9P, they can make the schedule. But have the clubs ticked off the schedule? They've put East Bengal Mohun Bagan as the opening game. And both the clubs said, no, thank you. We don't want to play the opener as a derby. Right? So therefore, the AIFF scheduling, we know, no? Mohun Bagan looking favorites with six foreigners, they will make no. Because I don't know in what state, what shape Mohun Bagan is, right? I think if you will say that they've got six foreigners, that's why they're favorites. In theory, yes. uh, uh, you know, and to me, let's wait and see at the time of starting of the league who has what, and then because Mohun Bagan now has a new coach. So far, no changes to the squad. I expected some changes in the squad at Mohun Bagan Supergiant. None of that has happened. So therefore, it will be very interesting to see what happens. Kashi mentioning Guwahati was purely for elite license purpose, nothing to do with playing there, says Yuvraj. Okay. Whoever broadcaster comes, they have to make it free. Otherwise, who will watch? Look at Pranav viewers are low. Raj, yeah, but again, who broadcast for free? Yeah, it's so late having this league. Kind of have no point. Blue, that's the point. Your point is the point. At the moment, we're in a situation where you should think about, okay, what are we doing, how we're getting, moving in the right direction, and none of that is happening. And that was my concern, that is my concern, and that will be my concern going forward. Right? We are in a situation where we're not able to control things, and again, the problem is, yeah. Fixture already prepared, but AFF will wait until all clubs decide where they will play. Accordingly, they will set the fixture. So yes, and what are the blackout dates? There are parts of the calendar in the coming month. Yeah, let's wait and see what happens. What do you think of new foreign coaches? Whom what do you expect? Saksham, I don't expect much because someone coming 40 days before a tournament into a team and looking at the group, I'm wishing Amelia Valverde all the best. And hopefully the last few weeks of preparations really go well. With the under 17 coach, interesting to see. That's she gets more time. She gets 3 months time. So let's see. So Northeast Premier League, what is this? A new league in the Northeast, right? As it says, what it is, it is an idea um, you know to build a platform for talent in the Northeast, right? So it's good. Whatever is done to build, uh, 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 so therefore we'll now have to see um, how it pans out, how it works out, because I think that's going to be one of the big questions. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see if it really does well or if it doesn't do well. But we are short of competitions at the moment, so therefore, any kind of competition which works is yeah is um, is good, so to say, for our football, right? Um, so on social media, I saw a pic from Ashley Westwood Circle and made me think if a foreign coach, if Azar might come for this shortened league. Okay. Which club, Roshan? Is Ashley being linked to any club or I have not seen it, so I don't know. FC Goa have signed Ishan Pandita, huge boots to fill with his injury records. Augusto, with FC Goa not signing any foreigners, and likely Paul Moreno being the only foreigner in the squad, having at least Ishan. I mean, we were talking yesterday about the FC Goa squad. They de facto don't have a striker. So Ishan surely would get minutes um, for FC Goa if he stays fit, right? So from that perspective, maybe a win-win for both sides. Right, more than 18 minutes. Quick reminder and like, share, and subscribe. 7 likes so far. Um, do watch the videos. Do subscribe to the channel. 3,715 is the number of subscription. And I did something on the foreign players exodus, foreign players leaving the ISL, which I found very interesting to see where they've all gone. A lot of them having gone to Indonesia. You could actually nearly create an all-star team of foreigners playing there, and watch the older videos as well. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for your support. Barco will very likely be replaced with someone like him, only from Spain. Okay, Yuvraj. Jaishrani joined Interkashi. I missed it. Yeah, I missed that as well. Again, I've actually, honestly, I've not been following transfers that much. As far as I remember, Jaishrani had left Mumbai City and had joined Jamshedpur FC in the first half of the season. Then AIFF will broadcast it in YouTube. Look, interesting. Would be interesting to see. Is I think as a platform, not the worst option for the FF. Egos too much team plays Crystal Palace. Okay. What about Jihad Star? No. Jihad Star has other priorities. Um, I don't see them. Tell them we say we are broadcasting league an American platform. If you play, yeah, show it on YouTube. Send details on the club participating in the Northeast Premier League and it start. No. Gina and I, nothing. I've just read about it like you. I mean, there has been ideas of a Northeast Premier League for a long, long time. Um, uh, uh, you know, and let's see, let's see. It's Interesting. Um, how this will move forward. But it's not even announced. If is it for seniors, is it for juniors, or what's going to happen? East Bengal or Kerala Blasters can win the short-term league. Raj, yes, any team can win this league this season. I think the league at the start uh, 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 um, uh, of whenever the league is going to start, I think theoretically all the clubs have a possibility of theoretically winning the league. I think it hasn't been as open as this in the last few years. Hey, Utsav, I don't understand why clubs can't have a meeting and say we want to play in one or two venue. If we can't pay the rent, then clubs will share the venue rental cost. Utsav, the problem is at multi levels. So they were thinking, the AIFF themselves were thinking playing only in Goa, right? Now, Goa has at the moment one functional ground, which is the Nehru Stadium, so you can't hold it there. Kolkata having elections, and you need, if you're wanting to have a one venue 14 team league, you will need access to at least four, ideally six training grounds. Ideally, actually seven, because then you can have two teams training on one training ground. None of that is there. So it's just the logistics that doesn't work, right? At one venue, two venue, pay for it. Listen, the clubs are paying for the whole thing anyway. But if you were doing a one venue, they were calculating, no? They were talking about a one venue Goa thing, which was what is it? The AFF calculated 37 crores compared to 24 crores. Your problem is that Bambolim at the moment is not available. The floodlights are not working properly. There's so much of work to be done to get these grounds. The people are having problem with grounds. Theoretically, even the Fatorda is not ready to host matches. Look at the state of the Fatorda whenever you've seen matches over the last 6, 7 months. So it's not so easy. It's just, oh, you know what? Get a stadium and share the cost. Where are you getting your stadiums from? This, at the moment, is highlighting the issue of clubs not owning their venues. You know, so that's the thing. But why would anyone invest into a stadium? Das Management ist völlig unorganisiert. The management is completely unorganized. Yes, sure. That's the problem. Everything is going down for Indian men's team after the Asian Cup. Now it's been going down for a while, even before the Asian Cup, but nobody wanted to look at it at the realities, and that's where we are. Would be interesting to watch club led by boss Pritijit and managed by Habas take on Mohan Bagan. Super giant. Yep. Why are they making serial venue? What is the point? Blue, that's the whole issue. It's the whole issue is that you are deciding on schedules. You are doing old styles. You know what? Derby is important. Let's start with the derby. No, people will be interested. You know, they're doing it exactly the way they shouldn't do it. And that is a problem at the moment. And therefore, again, I really wish and hope somehow this season somehow survives and we survive and everything survives. But these guys are doing it in a way where you think, why and how? Northeast Premier League can be a good thing as local teams have less travel now. Local ground support has been there always. Maybe there will be crowd connect. Northeast clubs always lack limelight. Ogni, they have their local leagues, they have their local connects. Is it on a Northeast level? We have problems in the Northeast in regard to, look at Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya. The Bengali thing in the whole of the Northeast is an issue these days. I don't know how easy it is to actually organize such a Northeast league, to be very honest with you. I understand AIFF Secretary Satyanarayana, right? U70 will play as preparation staff United Championship probably with new coach, I would guess. If he said that, then that makes sense. Northeast must be option when you have venues, but again, logistics problem. There is no logistics is not an option. Where will you train? Where will you stay? 14 teams, guys. You know, to put up two teams in one venue outside of Guwahati becomes a problem, right? Coaches, managers have not left ISL. Raj, we've had some going in the sense of, but again, these are guys, older guys. I've done it, seen it, ended up in India. Some of them, then didn't need to be that much of a movement as amongst players. FC Goa bought Ishan as a striker to replace Javi and Iker, huge boots to fill with his injury. Yeah, Augusto, exactly. We spoke about it. So the AFC has given Indian clubs an exemption to participate in AFC competition next season. Both the Super Cup and ASIA Champions will play the qualifiers for AFC Champions League 2 next season. Yeah, yeah. Gina and I, as per AFC rules and regulations, they have um, instead of just one qualification place for Indian teams, they've now put two qualifications. This season, we've had one team in the group stage and one in the qualifiers. And next season, both the Indian teams, ISL champions plus Super Cup champions, in the um, qualification stage of the ACL2. These days, the number of statements released by AIFF become almost zero now. This is what happens when you get job to do like running a league. Yuvraj, you know the problem is that announcements were made a few weeks ago which don't work, right? That is the problem, I think, for the AFF. At the moment, you are in a situation, uh, um, you know that they've put the pressure on the clubs, and again the clubs have not stood up. That's a big loss in my opinion. So let's wait and see what happens. My view is the league will be short. The matches may go more haram ball as every match counts, and as more Indians, the quality will be something we weren't even imagining in top league. Blue, ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah, it is a worry, and I hope there aren't many injuries. Right, so that's another thing that I fear because the players have not played that much of football. I hope that they don't pick up too many injuries. How many realistically operation grounds do we have currently all over India? If you want really operational grounds and working grounds, from my understanding, most probably Jamshedpur, and then the list factually actually ends. If you want ISL standard grounds, I think no ground is at ISL level, which we've used in the last 11 years, right? And maybe even not even Jamshedpur. I don't know what the state of Jamshedpur is, but what I understand from the other teams is that everyone has their problems because it's not just about the status of the ground, it's availability. There will be concert, there will be political rallies, there are shows planned, there's that, everything. You don't have availability of the ground for 7, 8 months. It has not been blocked. Understand that, Utsav, right? This is the biggest problem of the situation, that you are not in control. The state governments or the municipal council, whoever is in charge of the ground, because they have to generate revenue for upkeep of the grounds, are using it. And if you're not playing football on it, nobody cares about the quality of the ground. Nobody bothers about the quality of the ground. What the ground situation, Bengaluru, Kerala, Chennai, Northeast, even everywhere. What's up? Everywhere. Same situation, right? There is a video circulating of buses being parked in the Mumbai football arena for the BMC elections. There were buses parked on the ground, right? There are concerts of, I don't know, Honey Singh and whatever planned at some venues. So there was this dance again, BU dance in Guwahati the other day. All these grounds are damaged and in a bad state, right? The club must have said to sports minister to give stadiums for free as all are government owned. Yeah, Raj, but they're not owned by the central government. Why would a Trinamool led Bengal government give the stadiums for free? Why would in Tamil Nadu the non BJP government, in Kerala non BJP government, you know, even in Goa most probably, not in Mumbai, uh, you know, it is everywhere the same problem, right? With no strikers, we can see a lot of 0-0 scorelines. Bubbles, maybe we'll see a lot of 0-0s or we'll see a lot of high scoring results because the defenses are not good. I honestly, you and I, and we all cannot predict what's going to happen. This will be, we're going to, I feel we're going totally blinded to what's coming in the next few weeks. Sir, any work on relegation getting suspended this season for this season? Nothing. Yuvraj, the AFF said, oh, this will go to the Supreme Court. And we'll check with the Supreme Court. I think that was what the FF said, which to me is a very weird way of trying to solve this matter. Where I think, why are you wanting to go for this matter to Supreme Court? You say no, it's not going to happen. Bas khatam ho gaya, done. Is there any compulsion for AFC from AFC? The grounds need to be AFC standard. Why can't we play at daylight and play on AstroTurf? Utsav, we have no issues with grounds in regard to AFC standard. It is AFC standard or FIFA standard when we play their competitions, right? In here we have our own standards and we've created some high standards through the ISL. You want to play in daylight in April, May in 37, 8, 40, 42, 45 degrees, please go ahead. AstroTurf in that weather, please go ahead. No, this is not an option for now. Right? Then again, for me, this is what these kind of suggestions prove to me that whenever see uh, that we're not moving forward in the right direction. Postmaster can't say that as the stadiums are with state government. Yeah, with state governments or with the municipalities. AIFF has issued the request for proposal for media rights relating to the 25-26 ISL. But I'm damn sure no one will bid. Yeah, G9, yes, there is no bidding coming. Is there in Germany municipal going to give free stadium for club or some rent? X9P, most of the clubs own their own state. Not most, all the big clubs own their own stadiums. Even for certain things they get government support for it. So the clubs own their stadiums. Bayern Munich owns its stadium. Borussia Dortmund owns its stadium. Bayer Leverkusen owns its stadium. All these clubs own their stadiums. Just for injuries and teams who are playing with half reserve team could be advantage to teams with good reserves. Bubaloos, that might also be, and again, depending on who gets how, what injured. Don't count out DD Sports. Footy Tribe, DD Sports, yes, but again, if I look at the RFP, it says you're supposed to produce, and again, nobody's producing the content these days. The content is produced by the league or by the federation. The BCCI produces the IPL, right? To stay in India. The ISL was produced by Rise for Star Sports, Sports 18, right? The Premier League produces its own broadcast. The Bundesliga produces its own broadcast. La Liga produces its own broadcast. So therefore, if you're telling Didi, oh, you produce and make and blah, blah, I don't want to spend, no, not working. This model of the league is not sustainable in the longer run. After a few months, the clubs will shut shop. Augusto, if the things are going the way they're going at the moment, yes, clubs will shut shop in the summer. I've now heard from 3-4 people who said, oh my God, we should have never done this. We should have said no. I said, yeah, I told you. I said, stick to your guns. You guys, none of you, no one had the guts to go to the Minister of Sports and say, sir, this is the situation. These are the realities. This AIFF is incompetent. So we are there. We wanted this. Yes, no. Nobody wanted this. But nobody stood up. This is the whole problem of Indian football in the last 3-4 years. Listen, there are people who are shouting about things and saying blah, blah, and this is said in the media. And when it comes to meetings, none of these people open their mouths. That's the problem. Nobody stands up. That's the problem. How is it that last year everything was perfect, but this season none of the grounds are operational? Something is fishy. No, it's Utsav. Why? Why is it fishy? Seriously, my question is, why is it fishy? Reliance and the clubs booked everything in advance. The grounds were booked from September to April. The grounds were prepared over the summer. If none of the clubs booked, right? So that's why we are in this. Why are you coming with this fishy? Guys, seriously, some of you really don't want to understand how this works, right? All these grounds are farms now. In the best case, right? Dada, if DD, being the government broadcaster, would still have to bid in order to get the rights to broadcast the league. In theory, yes. But the question is not about the bid. The bidding document says you have to produce the league and then broadcast. Nobody is going to come forward to produce it for you. The AIFF and the clubs have kept a 9 crore provision to produce the league. This is something that they're trying to save. Nobody will come to your rescue now. Right? Do clubs want to sabotage this league? No. So what am I gonna tell you? Why think it from the I don't know. Right? Play it in 4 p.m. Listen, Utsav, if you're gonna do that like the IWL, then shut it down. Simple thing. Shut it down. This is what I've said. I always tell, listen to what I say, we will be better. Because I've told people this. I said, I've told you this. I've told you this. I've told you this. I've told you this. Indian football is run by a bunch of incompetent whatever, right? No vision, no understanding, no nothing, no introspection, no accountability. And then you go to the sports minister, sir, sab to theek hai. And the sports minister then, okay, let's start 14th of February. And everybody said, theek hai, we'll do this. You know, I think SAF Championship should be combined with ASEAN Suzuki Cup so there's more teams for Indian football to compete against. Lama, why would the ASEAN teams want to play us? Again, nice. We always think from our perspective, from an Indian perspective, from an Indian football perspective. Think it from why would someone in ASEAN want us there? They've got a functional system, right? Great tournament. Why would they want us and the others in there? It makes no sense. Sorry. Right? It's the same thing when people say, oh, Indian players need to go out. Right? Okay, yeah, great. Indian players need to go out. Who's going to take Indian players? Small clubs. XMP is different. Some small clubs have their own grounds. Some is community grounds, but they get support for it, but they have to pay for it. But football grounds are football grounds. They are not concert halls. They are not political things. Why would clubs want to subsidize the league while financing this? Are they number one? Yeah, bro, it makes no sense. Some of these thoughts make no sense. Why any club owner are multi-billionaire not have stadium is they don't want to invest. X9P, why would again Mr. Goenka has been saying this for 5 or 6 years. Said, why would I invest into infrastructure? Why would I invest? Why would I invest into youth and grassroots, blah blah? And looking at the situation now, where you don't know where this league might collapse and might never happen again in the future, then there is one thing, because very simple, this thing does not work, right? It why would you then? And to say, I know for a fact that, for example, Round Glass Punjab wanted to build its own sports infrastructure, built its own stadium since 2018. We're in 2026 and nothing has been built because it is not so easy to say, listen, I want to build this, I want to build that. You need to work around things. Good night, Yuvraj. Leaving earlier, but reform a recession like any other. In the meantime, let's pray that Trump thinks Football House Delhi got oil and pulls a Manduro on some smarties. Yeah. Or maybe nuclear weapons are found there or whatever. Yeah, Yuvraj, but again, not happening. Thanks. Good night. Now the clubs must have thought we made a mistake not building stadiums at D5K is more than enough. Raj, again, it is not so easy. If you tomorrow say, I want to build a stadium, please do. Forget the money part. Get the land, get this, get that. It is not. It is not so easy, right? The opportunity is the one. The second is is building it, and then everything else. Because saying that you want to build a stadium, you can run a stadium is easy. But does it work? Does it really work? That's the question at the end of the day, and I don't think it does, right? So therefore, for me, if you ask me, that is your challenge, right? Yes, I understand DD Sports will be broadcast only. Yeah, yeah. They will come. If DD comes in, DD will come in as the broadcaster of the league. I don't see DD coming in as the producer of the video feed, right? So this needs to be understood. This is a very important fact in my opinion. Indian football clubs cannot become commercially viable until we cultivate a genuine market and a widespread culture for the sport across the nation. In the Indian context, it will take centuries. Goku, I don't know if it will take centuries, but it will take time, right? It will take time. If not centuries, it will take decades to do properly, but you need to start somewhere. And that is something, so therefore it is, the point at the end of the day is that when the ISS started 2014, there is a big push. There was a lot of things happening. And it was going in the right direction, I would have said. But now we are in the situation. It's like, okay, is it? Can it? Will it go in the right direction? We are in a very difficult scenario with the ISL in regard to, is it heading in the right direction? Is it going in the right direction? Can it go in the right direction? And that is the problem at the moment. At the moment, the problem is commercial viability, sustainability. Terms which are often used. Uh, 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 you know, um, it's not that, and um, it's um, it's a very very tricky thing to get to that. If clubs stood at least united, which they aren't, could actually make a difference. That's the whole point, right? But the point is, and this proves also to me, a club-led league in India, sounds very difficult, because how will you get? You've got 14 clubs now. Reduce it even to 10, or increase it in future to 18 or 20. How will you come to a consensus which works for overall on the best interest of the league? That is something which I'm very worried about going forward, right? Why Takashi investing knowing this does not have future, anytime any club will get shut down? Ixtan P, Interkashi has realized that for them and their realities, if they want to be operating in UP, they have to do it themselves. You know, you know. So therefore, for me, the challenge that we have, here is the issue of, um, Interkashi would like to do stuff in UP. Very difficult. In Kashi, they were depending on government and others to help them. It didn't work out. And now they're saying to themselves, okay, at least build something small. And now with whatever something small that Interkashi is going to build, they're not going to, for them, they are hoping for the good. These guys have committed to football and want to do it differently. Again, these are people who've worked for Mr. Goenka and do not agree on these points. So let's see. I wish Interkashi all the best and hope that it works for them. Clubs won't even have sponsors this season due to all this mess. Yeah, Augusto, this mess, and then the betting companies, yeah, it is very difficult. Is it Sir DD Sports was their production team? Can it be possible? X9P, I don't think that they have those production capabilities in regard to doing this football wise. I think they would have to buy resources externally, and they don't do production, right? These normally you get your finished product from this federation or the league. So which year jersey you're wearing, could you show the jersey? It's not a it's a you know 656 leisure wear from the Indian team in the past. Unfortunately, big match which provided a very good test cancelled, should get match. That's nice thing tomorrow. Okay, don't understand what you mean, Shanlata. Guten Abend, good evening, Zoraber. Won't judge Interkashi now, let them work long term, give good results, do proper grammar, then only result will be positive. Yeah. Again, let's see what they're gonna do. So one of the reasons I said banning gambling, sir, majority of gambling apps was sponsored. XNP, nothing. The gambling thing has not been banned by the ISL or by football. It's been banned by the government, because the government think that again gambling seems to be a problem. But you know, and so therefore for me, if I look at it, that is, I would have to some extent legalized betting to generate revenues via the taxes, and that money generated through taxes I could have put into sport, because that now goes into illegal channels. If the league is uncertain every 15, 20 years and you are not earning money, and then there is no clear vision how to earn in long run, then making stadium is a bad investment. Blue, you know, if the league is uncertain every 10 years, you don't even need to go 15, 20 years. Look at the NFL started in 2000, NFL started in 1996, right? Mr. Blatter came in 2007, said, "You need to do something. This is not working," but professionalize. I League was started. Reliance for 2 years looked at the I League, wanted to restructure it. The I League clubs didn't want to get it restructured and came about with the idea of the ISL in 2014. Okay. Now we're in 2025-26. So another 11 years later, the same problem has arisen. And none of these leagues have been commercially viable, right? So yeah. Sir, I think the only option we have is to replace these people in the AIFF and the president with a new one who will invest in Indian football. Lama, the president is not going to invest. Yes, that we need the change at the top of the AIFF is clear, but who's the investment has to come in from a third party. But why we're so sure DD will come in? Raj, I am not sure. This is what being depicted by the people answering the questions. You should ask our friends here in the chat. I don't know. I'm not sure that DD for sure will come into the framework and do whatever is needed. So therefore, for me, I'm still to some extent skeptical. Got to give it to Intakashi investing in the worst state of for football. Robert, maybe it's the worst now. We never know in future if it would, uh, uh, you know, you know. Let's see. So who are the guys brought Performax in future in play with no jersey sponsors? Raj, Performax is a brand from Reliance Retail. So it was FSTL who brought Performax because there was no one else who was coming forward. It's a mistake, government ban, but it would affect ISL, majority of ISL. It will affect all ISL clubs, all kabaddi, volleyball, whatever sport you want to talk, even cricket, it is affecting already. So it is a general problem. If Indian football wants attention from the government and sponsors, it needs to win big at the Asian Cup or Olympics, but you need money to win, and that money won't come until you've already won. Yeah, it's chicken and egg. Question what was first, and that's the problem. But the problem is Asian Cup looks very tough, and forget Olympics. Olympics football is even tougher. Something. It's a choice between investing now or hoping to achieve something from nothing. Yeah, yeah. Many Congress supporters are blaming BJ for selling Indian football to crony capitalists like Ambani and blame Modi for Indian football current state. Okay. I don't know. But the sale of Ambani happened under um, Praful Patel, and he was a minister in the Congress government, so that logic doesn't work. But again, logic in India is something which I've given up on. Yes, there are million people in UP never watch football. Single time, first time I watch proper football. I'm UP in my class of 120, except one to watch Indian football. Okay. Forget ISL banning betting companies have affected overall sports. Even cricket got a big setback. Yeah, Raj, um, it is a huge setback. It's hitting out at IPL. So yeah. Match was France's Argentina final. Okay. World Cup final 2022. And Raj says, but it was Ambani who saved us in past. Look at now. That's why all these talks about, these guys, those guys, whatever, blah, blah. It doesn't work, right? There are issues here and there. But the problem at the end of the day remains if we want to talk about things that at the moment, as things are going, it is very difficult to sort it out. IPL valuation got down due to gambling app ban. X9P, the IPL valuation is anyway a myth in itself, but again, that's a different conversation. But again, it's the way it is. Right, nearly 50 minutes. Once more reminder: like, share, and subscribe. Only 9 likes so far, guys. I think we can do better, and we stand at 3,715. And once more, the reminder: watch my short videos, hype them, watch them, hype them, like them, do everything you can. I know discussed it yesterday a little bit. Of course, that the views on Indian football is getting less, and but still, I need your support. So thanks, guys, um, on that. Without you, yeah, nothing will happen, and that is very very important. Reliance did happened when UPA2 was there and AIFF was under Profil, who was in UPA, so less knowledgeable from Congress supporters. Blue, again, I don't know if whoever, so therefore for me, yeah, makes no sense. But that's the way um, things are. And yeah, quick update in the Champions League. Club Brugge leading, sorry, 3-0 at Kairat. And what would impact would it have? Kairat, a bottom of the table with only one draw, and Club Brugge would move to 7 points and into the uh, playoff spots. So that's the situation at the moment in the UEFA Champions League. What a match between Brighton and Bournemouth. Raj didn't watch it last night, so I can't comment. Now, this year, Khalid Jamil has to test his younger players to see what they can do in international friendlies. Let's see, Lama, what he does. Let's see if the younger players are going to get playing time in the ISL itself, right? So that's your first question. And are the younger players better? I'm telling you, in my opinion, my honest, humble opinion, sadly, they're not. They have to step up, and most of them not playing. What have they trained? I don't know. So, these are all very interesting questions or observations. But the question at the end of the day is, um, um, you know, can it work? Can it not work? And again, I personally have my doubts, and it's not getting easier with those things. And therefore, for me, will be very interesting to see what happens in the coming days and weeks. Khalid is enjoying holidays. Raj, I don't know where Khalid is or what he's doing at the moment. And let's see where it goes. Um, yeah, it's let's see. So, what's your club status? What is my club status? Sorry, what my club status? Sorry, what's my club status? Instead of waiting for investment, the only hope for Indian football lies in the players' will to win upcoming competitions such as the Olympics rather than just the Asian Cup is what will truly capture the government's attention, secure future funding and support. No, Goku, not happening. Do you think success in the Olympics? Uh, do you know how difficult it is to get into the Olympics in football? Just asking a question. Do you know understand that how difficult it is to get to the level of into Indian football as Asian competitions into the AFC under 23s and from the AFC under 23s into the Olympics? So we are not again success. Like Asian Cup success is also already a problem. Uh, and our issue is how are we going to get to that next level? So my question would always be in this kind of a state. Um, um, you know that um, Olympics football not happening anytime soon, and so therefore that's the thing. Um, yeah, let's wait and see what happens. But to me, that path is very, very difficult. Problem with Indian politicians, basically trash was garbage. One side you have crony capitalists, on the other side you have extreme socialists. Okay, as another Remscheid FC status. FC Remscheid. Oh, we're in the winter break. We're still in the relegation zone, and the league restarts. The Landesliga restarts on the first, but FC Remscheid's first match is on the 8th. Tomorrow match got cancelled. Wednesday match against Turkey club. Okay, then you mean there must be some info from the AIFF on that. Let me check once what has been said or is being said. 1 second. Let me get to Twitter. Figure out what they have saying on this. Uh, okay, announcement an hour ago. The Indian senior women's team friendly match against FC Zurich Frauen scheduled for January 21st has been called off. The team will instead play a friend match in Turkish club Antalya Akraspor Kulübü at 5:30 p.m. IST on Wednesday at the Emirhan Sports Center in Antalya. So for whatever some reasons, the Swiss have pulled out from tomorrow's match, and you'll play it against the local side. Yeah. Is it football can be revived by Northeast government support? Stampede has to be done overall, right? So therefore, for me, yeah, but again, it will not work, you know, and you know, we'll have to wait and see what really happens over there. We care only Asian Games since independence. Yeah, Raj, that's a problem. That's sadly a very very true problem in my opinion. That Asian Games is something that a lot of people care about and wanna think about, and you know um, to me, I said that in 2023. When we were focusing on it, not the right thing, not our main focus, and let's wait and see. But the common thing about Indian politics is that सबके सब चोर हैं. Okay, Zanavar. Good evening, Siddharth. Welcome back. What's the deal with Hugo Boss? Zoravar, he for himself has decided that the league will not happen, and he's moved to Malaysia, to Selangor, and he still has a contract with Odisha FC, so that he goes out on loan. Now, I understand that, for example, his situation is um, that Hugo most probably looked at it. Odisha looked at it, and like Northeast United, they said, you know what, makes no sense for us. Um, we want to opt out of paying the player his high salaries and let him leave on loan, because everyone is trying to cut their losses. And I guess the deal with Odisha FC will be, if you want to leave later on, you can go. Right? So your views getting decreased due to this current situation. Yeah, X9P, not only mine, ask the others who do Indian football content. It is limited, it is us, and again, I'm doing it quite regularly. Um, yeah, it is very difficult. At the moment, it's very difficult, and we're not moving in the right direction, and therefore we're stuck. But let's hope for the best. Do we really care about Asian Games? I don't think so. Zoravar, we don't care, but it seems to be the perception with government, with the AIFF, and with certain sections of fans, it is. Right? So thoughts on FIFA series with 48 nations, Siddharth? It's good exposure because you're organizing your friendly matches. Um, you know, and therefore for me, you know, teams from around the world get to play against each other who normally would not play against each other, right? So therefore, it's a good thing. Give your personal opinion. Is government will send team to Asian Games? I don't think Mudigan will send the team. Oh, XNP, I don't care if they send a team or not, to be very honest. The Asian Games is the most unimportant thing for the men's thing. I would always say send the women's team, right? So that would be the one. And men's, worst case, send the under 20s, right? Doesn't make sense to send an under 23 team plus three above. Bias left two from BF. Who? Sorry, Siddharth. Who's left? Some might argue that I am being illogical and that the government isn't foolish. They know the World Cup is far more significant than the Asian Cup or the Olympics. However, I believe the government's ignorance towards football is so deep that they don't even understand the hierarchy of these competitions. They focus on the Olympics and the Asian Games only because those are the only stages where they actually pay attention. I Goku, I don't think they pay attention to the Asian Games, Asian Cup. Sorry, they pay attention, as being said, Asian Games and the Olympics. Even the Asian Cup, I don't think. Uh, right. So therefore, yeah, those are some of the realities. I think one of Indian fans get mental saying Osai should be national team coach, begging Osai to play for India. Yeah, the less I say, the better. India need to push themselves for FIFA series instead of SAF and all. So that it's not about us pushing or not. We have qualifiers in March. In the men's game, we're playing in the AFC Asian Cup. So therefore, we're not available. And the women's are playing in the AFC Women's Asian Cup final round. Uh, you know, so therefore, it's not about India pushing, and there is no one pushing for anyone to come in. It is FIFA at the center thinking who can I should I invite, and at the moment, our status is that bad that you know yes, under 23, under 20 centration games. Under 20. I would send under 20, under 21, whatever. Under 23 is a waste of time. I would rather send a team with I would actually no, this year I would actually send an under 22 team. Because next year then that under 22 team would be an under 23 and that would pay them the AFC under 23 Asian Cup qualifiers. Indian government doesn't care about football. Football is only mentioned in some scenarios during FIFA World Cup, where a famous footballer comes to India when Modi visits a football crazy country. So rather, the football crazy country highlights it to the prime minister, but the prime minister is not showing. I remember, was it the Japanese foreign minister this week or last week came to India and because supposedly he's a cricket fan, he was gifted a cricket bat, right? So that's the reality. After such a long time, when we see a foreign keeper in ISL, in Takashi. Okay. What is FIFA series? XMP FIFA series is a competition. And, so um, it's a global series during FIFA match days, match weeks for teams from around the world. Groups of 4 teams to play against each other um, to try and help the growth of football around the world. So that's the idea behind the whole thing from FIFA. I like the idea. So therefore, for me, great idea, and yeah, FIFA needs to push it even more. Ambo, you're in delusion to think Indian government cares about sports overall. They don't. Could be Zorawar. But any exposure to Indian football is good, right? A lot more people pay attention to Asian games as you more views equal to more new fans. If you play well, World Cup is still a dream. If has no view. Anish, who cares about the Asian Games? Do you really think that more people care about the Asian Games? Right? About Olympics, no doubt. Olympics is a different level. But my prime example is again this whole more views, more new fans, and all that stuff. Supposedly, I take a sport where India is successful at Asian and global level, hockey, right? Hockey, uh, India in the last 2 Olympics won bronze, right? Last time around, India losing in Paris to Germany in the semis actually did a live watch along for it. And but if you look at the Hockey India League, which is running at the moment, it is happening in front of empty grounds. There are not people coming to those matches. It's a complete disaster. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So therefore, I am skeptical about this whole hyping of Asian Games and Olympics because hockey at the moment at national level, despite all the success of the hockey national team, and hockey being the national sport of India, at a club level, at a franchise level, the sport is failing for the third time. Yeah, I saw the picture bat given to Jaishankar the form. The giant Jaishankar gave the bat, Goku. Is India can play FIFA's Snipey theoretically? Yes, we can. Northeast League is ready, I guess, in terms of searching some real good talents. This league will help a lot in comparison to other states league. Siddharth, what has been announced? What again? If you read this whole press release thingy that has come out, it is very vague. What does it say? Right? If you could explain to me with a clear roadmap, whatever, blah blah blah, what is the North? Who's playing in it? It was just an announcement made, and then a Japanese company is, behind it, or what is it? Who's behind it? And then you see that the Northeast Football Development Council, which has only been able to do Dr. T. Ao, I am critical, skeptical of this all, no? So Is it for seniors? Is it for juniors? Nobody knows. It's still hilarious that the government of India thinks that cricket will help develop India's soft power. Yeah. So, Ravar, again, at some stage, one would have thought that someone would wake up to these realities. Uh, you know, uh, um, you know, so therefore, yeah, that's the reality. Again, I think X9P, nobody knows. Is there an ministry fool who watch cricket? Cricket is basically cash cow for Indian politicians, specifically after IPL. Yeah, most probably. Not only IPL, but national team, ICC, whatever. Sir, you got wrong. We have no national language, no national sport, no national dish when someone RTI to government. So you're telling me we don't have a national club of India in football? Supposedly we have, right? It might be called Mohun Began, but Begun, Bagan, Brinjal, whatever. Uh, so therefore, for me, interesting. I didn't know about this RTI to the government, but we still talk about it that hockey is the national sport of India, right? We speak about it, we discuss it, right? So therefore, that's it. Cricket doesn't even work in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, talking about soft power. Yeah, blue chess, yeah. Yes, Rava, whenever any big politicians want to make North Indian happy, announce cricket stadium, Varanasi cricket stadium, Gorakhpur. Uh, problem. No, sir, we are national club, sir. Raj, that's the problem, no? I mean, that's the problem, right? That some of these things which seem to have been said many, many years back, someone seems to have said something or something has been written down. Therefore, for me, um, yeah, some of these things again, national sport of India. We talk about hockey. Is it the national sport? Is even cricket the national sport? I don't know. The whole sport umbrella in India going down, to be honest, be it IPL or any other league, viewership is going down from a good time. So it's a worrying sign for all sports in India. So that it is a worrying sign at multiple levels, at different levels, you know, and the problem is again with the viewing patterns. It's not an Indian problem; it's a global problem. No? That viewing patterns have changed dramatically. And to me, it is the way it is, and it's very difficult. Times are changing. Watch habits are changing. Um, will be interesting. Rajiv Gandhi, Mohan National Club. Mohun Bagan Athletic Club, X9P, not Super Giant. Mohun Bagan Athletic Club, I think on the 100th anniversary in 1989 was named as National Club of India by Rajiv Gandhi. But again, yeah, is it somewhere? Raj and yeah, X9P on cricket, soft power, yeah. Even the fewer countries in the game, the BCI makes a lot of money through its influence. How much is that exactly? Goku, I don't know. I remember last Asian Games, whole country was crazy about 100 medals in hockey. I felt the product and marketing is poor. I work in Chennai. I didn't even know matches were happening till last day. Anish, the question to me is I didn't even know. You know what? When I hear that you do not know, if you're interested in a sport, with we all have a mobile phone at our fingertips. We are spending X number of hours on the phone. If you're interested in a sport, you just need to figure out and say, hey, listen, when is this? For example, for me, at the start of a month or the start of a year, the most important dates, you know, um, I note down in my calendar, right? So, for example, last year in January, around this time, I was in India. So I was traveling down and I was looking at scheduling and other things. And then I actually noted down the IPL, same, ISL dates in Delhi, in Mumbai, and in Kolkata. So that I could ensure that in Delhi, in Mumbai, and in Kolkata, I could watch, yeah, 4 or 5 football matches. So to me, that is something which, Anish, sorry, but I don't buy that. Again, a little bit of Googling, you would find out what the scheduling is of matches. And again, the HIL Again, you will say marketing, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. No, it's all, you always put it on the league, on the clubs, whatever. Listen, about dates in Europe, nobody cares, right? You have to take care that you are able to watch something or not. So therefore, this is for me, it sounds too easy to put it on the clubs, right? But maybe I'm wrong on that. India doesn't have official father of nation either. Short facts. Key clue. All Apple countries own directly and indirectly by purchasing all states have top grade politicians. Is it? I thought the franchises are owned by corporates. And that's a clean new look semi with Takashi effect. No, no, no. It's wanted a haircut and yeah, haircut, shaved as well, and then I look a little bit. I hope. It's now Modi says Delhi FC is national club. Will you accept it? It's not about me accepting it, right? On the 100th anniversary of a club, it was said, right? Um, and we've been speaking about it since 1989. So there is a certain acceptance. It's like when I say, at least I have been hearing since I've been small, hockey is the national sport of India. If it's written somewhere or not, it's a different thing. But people have been speaking about it for generations. So that's the thing what I'm speaking about. Jumlebazi is a national sport. Jumlebazi and Jugar, na? Jugar is, I think, even more of a national sport. Monba and sabji and garlic naan. Yeah. Tehsil Masa can't win against UP Tech Trojans. Okay. But we have best academy in the world, says Raj. Best even in the world, one YouTuber, there's something foreigner. Okay. Marketing cannot be an excuse to miss an event. I still do cover all India kind of football tournaments in my region, Delhi and all. It's all about being passionate about something. It's not, passion is good, but it's also being somewhat organized and knowledgeable about things. As I said, when I travel to places, I always check. For example, when I go to let's say Barcelona or to in Spain, or if I go to Paris, or if I go to London, I always check if there is any of the teams are playing around and if I could head for a football game. I always check that, right? And you know, so those are some of the realities, right? Those are realities, and yeah, one has to. It is each fan, if you want to call your fan of a sport, of a team, or whatever, you have to figure out sometimes how to get the info, right? So for me, that is a very important thing, right? My non-Bengali friends sending me videos of BSL, they're making fun out of it. It's so embarrassing. Raj, yeah. And to me, the point is, we discussed it, right? I remember, I don't know, was it Akash or someone who was hoping that the BSL would be a success? Uh, you know, uh, um, so for me, the idea of the BSL is great. I worked on a BSL like concept in 2013, and we decided not to do it because we realized we're not ready for it, right? And there was funding issues, this issue, those issues, and therefore, in the end, it didn't take place. And this is, I think, the fourth or fifth version of this, um, but that's the reality. To put it simply, we have a distinct lack of sporting culture. Simon, that's harsh, but yes. If you would ask me to name it, I would actually say yes. We have a problem with our so-called sporting culture because we have a lack of it, right? And that is very, very sad. Yes, Raj, better not to organize BSL if stadium looks like bad pitch, bad broadcasting quality. Also bad at least Kerala Super League have good broadcasting, good stadium, full stadium. XIP, and that is the difference. Super League Kerala, you have good broadcasting and good stadium. Yes, no. You have a full stadium. Do you have a good stadium? You couldn't see if it was a good stadium, right? But it was full, right? So that's the marketing pitch that they're having. In BSL, they have literally made tower using bamboo. Seriously, guys, first make stadiums ready. Yeah, you want to go across Bengal, and there are stadiums across Bengal, but they're not metro. We are, again, this is what we were discussing early on in the show on ISL stadiums being ready or not. It's the same problem at a lower level. The mint, we, I always tell people, you should treat whatever your religion is, your ground, your playing surface should be the most sacred thing, right? If you're praying to it or doing puja to it, whatever, it doesn't matter. Your playing ground should be the most holy thing. And there is a lack of respect for playing grounds. Do you think AIFF will be able to start I League along with ISL, like I League also need discussion for stadium broadcast, etc.? No, it's not. Again, I League happens once in a while, and it's happening sort of on the side, and it's happening here and there. But you know, um, yeah. So therefore, and again, if it's going to be a 55 match league, that is less. They can start later, sometime in March. BSL is BS. And Hannibal, nice one. I like this one. Yes, yeah. See, you getting a lot of okays, Hannibal. Where's BSL being broadcast? I haven't watched a single match yet, nor did I see any ad. SSCN, right? Isn't SSCN is doesn't on SSCN on YouTube, don't they showcase highlight matches or something? I haven't actually checked on them. 1 second. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? I've even not even seen highlights on my Insta. Uh, uh, see SSN. Yeah, they've got highlight videos. They have highlight videos. They actually have highlight videos. But the highlight videos have views like my channel, even though having 168,000 people following. Wow. 168,000, 168,000, but they've got some of the videos that were like 35, 37. Okay. Interesting to see Komron Tursunov is playing BSL. Oh God. Right. Sad to see. The biggest problem in India is rate to raises things and that spoils everything. And now these things even killing cricket in Bangladesh, Pakistan, India. Yeah. BSL is nothing more than Cape tournament on steroids. Yeah. Uh, Hannibal, very well explained. And I guess we were discussing this a while back, and I think all of us had this fear. Yeah. X9P agrees to you. My respect to Super League Kerala went up after looking what kind of things is happening in BSL. Yeah, but again, now they had that income tax raid, the GST raid and all. No? So I don't know what have we heard anything about? What has anything come out of that? Right? It's not even Cape on steroids, but only Cape local village tournament with, yeah, Raj, most probably it's a local, it feels like a local village Cape tournament with former I League ISL players. Mohon Began Bhaja, national dish of India, special thali available in Football House Delhi for just 69 rupees, says Blue. Oh, that's nice. Mohon Began Bhaja, cooked by the Sports Minister of India, I guess you will want to add, right? Oh God, it's embarrassing. For how long this Maidan and 10 football will happen in India, it's really a worry sign that we're going back each and every year. Siddharth, you know what the problem is? That if I look at BSL is even worse than Maidan culture. That's, if you cannot believe it. The Kolkata Football League at least has some sort of level of standard, but this is even worse. Blue, you've had okay, you have a lot of friends, Blue. Yeah, this should be the highlighted message of the day. Mohun Began Bhaja, national dish of India, special thali available football house in Delhi for 600 rupees. I think you should put out a tweet on this. While watching the Mizoram under 15 boys in the RFDL, I noticed several players with superior ball control, speed, and technical. Their vision in the game is exceptional. Let me read it again. Their vision in the game is exceptional, especially when compared to the current quality in Kerala, where the difference is significant. Northeastern states already provide the majority of Indian footballers, and this number will only grow. I'm glad to see high quality prospects emerging rather than average players. Google, that's good. If that's true, and that's the reality. Um, you know, because I think it's very very important that these kind of conversations are happening amongst us. That we highlight these points, right, when we are talking about things, that these kind of um, competitions are happening, and right. And I remember 10 years back, right around this time, 10 years back, no, last week, 10 years back, we were with the German student national team in Mizoram, and we did a morning training session, a grassroots training session with kids, 200 kids at the Lamual. Insane. You were not, the Rajiv Gandhi Stadium didn't exist at the time, so matches used to take place at the Lamual, inner city stadium, and it was so much fun to train with those kids. I mean, I put up pictures of myself also as part of the German Federation squad. It was really fun at the time. Yes, SSCN is the broadcaster. Also, it's on Z, yeah, on television. RFTL looks better than BSL, being honest. Yeah, because it's Reliance organized, right? I mean, they don't do too much PR. Yeah. So therefore, for me, they don't do any fast. They just do their work. Why does BSL do penalties at the end of every match? I think I have no idea. I don't even know why you would do that if there is no um if is there draws. I don't even know how it works. You can see markings on the pitches were made for school annual sports day. That's the state, says Raj. Oops. Yeah, yeah. Where are we? I loved your conversation with the TGIF team member. Yeah, with Johnson. Yeah, I did an interview with Sportfolio Productions with Johnson, speaking about my sort of journey, especially in Indian football. And yeah, thanks. It was good. Not too many people have watched it. Again, I know at the moment, I guess if you're not Ranjit Bajaj, people don't want to watch what you say, but do watch it. I enjoyed it. It was a good conversation. Just watch BSL highlights. Regret watching it now. Okay, so I've actually bookmarked it. I'll actually watch it later on. Siddharth says, I prefer East Began Bhaja. Again, I think that is also available, but I don't know. I don't know if it's served at the same time at Football House or if it's on another day. It also costs 69 rupees, Siddharth. Began Bhaja, don't make me jealous, but hey, I won't eat a Mohan Began. That's rotten. Is a Mohan Began rotten or is an East Bengal Began rotten? That's the question, huh? And when we join with the Mohammedan Began, then we are next level. DSL, if they knew a thing or two about marketing, again, coming from a non-marketing person, though. Simon, forget the marketing. If the product is bad, and this is something which people don't understand. And again, and I go back to a meeting in 2014 with Mrs. Ambani of the ISL teams, and when I had said, the quality has to be good in the long run for people to be interested. Again, at the start, we did insane marketing and we did great marketing. But without quality, your marketing value is zero. So that's the reality, right? 1 hour 24 minutes, meaning 84 minutes of this live on the 20th of Jan. Please like, share, and subscribe. Arun Foot. 15 likes so far. Share it with other people to join in our conversations. And we stand at 3,716 subscribers. Thank you very much. I'm trying to keep going every day with our lives, keeping our Indian football conversations alive. I know a lot of people are dying and not able to do it. I'm trying to. So let's get more people to come and talk to us, discuss with us Indian football. And thanks as always for your support. In Bengal, you must know, sir, in local tournaments, the organizers bring African players into marketing in e-rickshaw, Toto, or we brought foreigners like same BSL is. I think BSL. I remember I saw, where was this? South Chobbish Pargana. Don't ask me where a tournament. Um, I saw that because I was invited once. I went with an ex-player once. Um, and mm, the it was in. Was it? It was I think Was it? I think it was Barui. Was it Baruipur? Anyways, it was somewhere in South Parganas. Doesn't matter where it was. The insane interest, and because I came with that ex player was hounded left, right, and center. It was insane. It was just crazy, and to see those Cape tournaments, right, and the craziness of those local people. And I was sitting on that special dais and stage, and people were clicking pictures of me, and I think 99%, so for me, yeah, that's something which is there. Hey, Arvind, just RFDL has its own, Reliance Foundation has its own YouTube, and then there you can find your links as well. Still laughing, I can't get over it. Yeah. Any update on the handball project that you were part of? Ishan, no. You know what the crazy part is? That every sport is so messed up at the moment. Handball has its own problems because there are two federations and they're at loggerheads with each other. You've got the Handball Federation of India and you've got the Handball Association of India. And in India, the Handball Federation is recognized by the Indian Olympic Association, by the government, and the Handball Association of India is recognized by the Asian Handball Federation as well as the International Handball Federation. Tomorrow is the Sundash Trophy kickoff in Assam. Good luck to everyone who's playing. So don't say anything about RFJL. Islam will declare you Reliance Dalal agent. Doesn't matter. X9P, if I would care what people say, I would have not said what I've said. And I know in most cases I've been right. So therefore I arrogantly can say, like, no, other people lie, right? Other people lie, other people don't know, other people are just guessworking. I say things, and if I don't know, I've told when I don't know something, I say I don't know. If I haven't watched something, I tell you I have not watched it. I don't fake of knowing, and what I know, I know. And if you like it, everyone is welcome to be part of our conversations. Be part, join us. And but I understand you're saying it for fun, but I'm just putting it out there to the other people who are there who might take this comment of yours seriously. That's why I'm saying it. So says Museum 15 Reliance Foundation League. Who else remember Thoy Singh for playing well for teams like Bangalore FC, Chennai, and up in Kerala Super League? Siddharth, there are many. There are many of these Thoy Singhs that you would. I mean, think about it. Ishan Pandita went down there, did okay, and now he's playing for FC Goa because FC Goa is like, we need a striker. We don't have a foreigner, right? Oh, he used to play for us. This is where the state of Indian football. I'm playing the sports minister statement and reading the comments side by side. Oh God, Raj, that's yeah, I think you could create brilliant memes. You could create brilliant memes. Maybe AI should be creating memes out of our conversations now. I hope somehow by hook or crook India gets a talented football player and he's able to play in world's top 5 league. Anibal, I think all of us would love that. Everyone who's here, um, uh, you know, uh, 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 um, you know, that if there is that player, yeah, we would enjoy a football. Just enjoy. The more you tell about your pathway, like at Sportfolio, what makes you think about your pathway the most? Roshan, I've seen parts of India, I've seen parts of the world that none of you will ever go to on work or on holiday if you have a normal job and whatever, right? How would someone born and brought up in Germany, Bengali origin parents, end up in the northeast of India, right? Eh, Would not be normal for someone like me to end up in Mizoram, right? To be um, a state guest in Mizoram, right? 10 years ago, I was treated like a state guest. The chief minister was serving me food, right? I you know, HNIP said something about East Bengal and Mohun Bagan fans calling me the Lal of Reliance or East Bengal fans calling me the Lal of Mr. Goenka. And and I'm being a Bengali, right? I have more respect from the Mizo people for the little that I've done for their football, but I've done something for the football. And I don't have that respect in Bengal. from our own people, right? People either, as you say me this, others are jealous, other are this, other are that, others say, oh, I have some sinister plans and whatever. And therefore, for me, that is something, not only there, I've seen parts in the Caribbean. I still have friends in St. Kitts, for example, in St. Vincent and Grenadines, thanks to football. Without football, I would have never met these people. So therefore, football has given me a lot, and I'm thankful to the game that what it has given me. Unrelated, but do you see Germany winning this World Cup? Your top three contenders. Ishan, I think Germany has a chance. To me, top contenders number one are Spain. I think with the sheer talent that Spain has, even if they have injuries, is just insane. And second to them are the French. And then there is a group of teams that I think the usual suspects, right? Which includes Germany, which would include England, which will include defending champions Argentina. You know, let's see. Mon Began, East Bengal currently out of stock. Raj, that's bad, no? 69 euros at Football House. I think we need to create a meme of that. I had an interesting conversation with a guy today. He said, if our own Indian players vanish around 32, 33 from ISL, it will be a big problem for future generation. What's your thoughts on the same? Uh, no, I don't think that. Why should be that? Say that, explain to me, why should that be a problem? To me, my question would be, are they really 30, 32? You know, right? How long has RFDL been doing Rascals? Can you name three or four notable talent from it? RFDL, not RFDL, Reliance Foundation has been running its football program for about a decade, I would say. And players like Mohamed Nemel at FC Goa is there. Mohamed Sanan is a Reliance Foundation product. The two boys at Mumbai City. What's their name? I'm getting bad with names. Alex Saji is someone who's come from that system, and Mumbai City. Where is the name of the boys? I'm getting old. Sorry, guys. I'm getting Franklin Nazareth and Franklin and Nathan Rodriguez. So there are 5, 6 boys who are playing ISL now who've come through the Reliance system. So being honest, Reliance Foundation League is so good. I have no seen single youth league with such great basketball and some good young players. Yeah, it is. I still remember got a call from Punjab and the guy said, "You are German, boss. Don't try to take us on." See that? And those jokers again, you know, don't deserve. At this point, all of the big three are actually fried bigun bhajas to verify degrees. Yeah, Simon, it is. Yes, sir, quality and marketing go hand in hand. Yeah, quality and marketing go hand in hand. And the problem is in India, you very often either push the marketing button or you don't push the marketing button and you don't have the product. And hockey, for example, is the other thing. You have actually a good product to sell, but nobody's interested in the product. And I've said this multiple times. If we like it or not, hockey doesn't have the market in India, sadly. Yesterday, foreign lady was sought in Delhi Metro. She said she will never come back to India. Yeah, sad realities. Sad realities. Mizoram still a place I want to go witness proper football culture in India. Roshan, you need to. You need to go there and, yes. And forget the football culture part. If you ever plan to go there, let me know in advance. I'll put you through to the right people. They will ensure that you are taken care of and all that stuff. You'll enjoy yourself, right? Won't be surprised we may see many Mizo players in the next U17 match. Arunava, we've seen a lot of them over the years. I mean, think about it. When I started off, we had only Shiloh Malswam Tulunga. I remember 1999, Tata Football Academy, Bayer Leverkusen, 3-1 for TFA, and Mama. And there was this guy called Sheikh Sanjeev who literally destroyed Bayer Leverkusen again. So Yeah, he was the first, and many more to follow with the JJs, the Dikas, the Changtes, and all the others who've come through after that, Apuya and blah, blah, blah. Rohan, you should go there. Having grown up in Mizoram, it's a good place. I consider it Japan of India. Yeah, Surava. I would agree to that. Understand. There is something special about Bodo Klimt watching them versus City now. Tushar, Bodo is, think about the size of the place. Look at the stadium. I'm not watching it, so I can't tell you this, but look at the facilities available to them. Apex, hi. I launched a petition regarding Unifootball. Can you help me to promote it? Send it to me if I'm fine with it. If I agree to it, I can promote it, surely. Says, do you work with Vision Football? Football have great football culture. Shiva, I've been lucky uh, that I've been able to help them a little bit with the growth of Mizoram football when it all started off, right? 2012, 14, 15, 16. Did a lot of things. Sadly, certain things didn't happen after that, could have. But again, it's always a funding issue. I could have done more. I know I would have loved to have done more, but it is at the end of the day about funds, and it's sadly difficult to get to that point. And but what Mizoram has achieved, what Tete is always the face. So therefore, yeah. So let's see. Mohan Began is grown in Australia. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. Miso Flash Changte. Yeah, Changte. Again, I put up in my Instagram, right, a series of photos from 2016. I met Changte 10 years ago. A very, very young Lalinzwala Changte, along with JJ Lalpek Lua, at an event organized by the chief minister. So the German student national team were guests of the chief minister, and it was great fun. There was a video where a man said in Delhi, no girl should be there. It's important to understand that even when such incidents occur in any part of India, many people tend to ignore them or claim it isn't happening in their specific city or state. Ultimately, however, these incidents portray India as an unsafe destination for other nationalities. And we say why Indians face racism in foreign soil. Arvind, the one has nothing to do with the other. Racism in foreign soil has nothing to do with what happens in India, right? Racism, again, at least in my opinion, right? Racism is not linked to that. The thing is that Delhi is an insecure place is not a new story, right? Delhi and being an insecure place, uh, um, it's very 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 important, and yeah. So yeah, JJ plus Chetri, great yeah, brilliant combination in their prime, Shiva. To be honest, in the last few 70 matches, Manipur players have been dominating new teams, but looks like Measles will take over. Yeah, look at Gangte, right, who seems to be our best bet at the moment. Um, let's hope. Sir, in the past, so many German played for a great time in Japan leagues such as Uwe Bayern, Guido Buchwald. Tell us more about the same. See that you're talking about Uwe Bayern, Guido Buchwald, but the biggest of them all is Pierre Littbarski, right? But they came in the 90s when the league was being set up. Others have gone, and Lukas Podolski has played there as well. So yeah, a lot of them have played there. Just an example, I saw Mizoram FA post MFA Cup with clubs representing all districts. I mean, I know small state, but how many states have spread the game every district? Roshan, see, that is especially what they did, right? I mean, initially the focus was in and around Einsall. Uh, uh, um, so therefore for me, they did it in and around Aizawl, and then they spread it to um, what's the place called? It's not Lungle. Oh God, let me get the map of Mizoram. On the border with Myanmar. Is it Lungle? Second, let me get the map of Mizoram. Lungle. Yeah, Lungle, right? Yes, Lungle. Lungle is a place, and then there are those Langtwai, Saiha, Tuipang, and all those places which are closer to the border with Myanmar, and some on the border with Bangladesh. So therefore, those are things which are there, and yeah, makes it very interesting. I'm seeing it. Acha, okay, sorry, X9. Okay, Yes, links are accepted. It's your okay, understood. Mizoram has a great basketball culture as well, which many Indians don't know. Yeah, Zoraba, they've got a great basketball culture. I always see Ralnika Ralte nowadays playing a lot of badminton. They have a lot of boxing and MMA as well. So that is it. When was the last time you talked to Changte? Last January when I was in Mumbai around the game. Please support as much as possible. Okay, it can. I hope so. Taste Governor once played Lajong and Sri Lanka. No, they played against Mizoram 11 in Aizawl, and I organized that game. Yeah, so therefore, you know, Sikkim football, Sikkim football, of course, will always be linked. And look at the Travelers Guide to Indian Football. Um, with Baichung. But again, the next generation of Nirmal Chetri, of Sanju Pradhan, and then the next, yeah, Gangte is Manipuri, I guess, because Kuki, another Gangte, which played last season in Watchung. Oh, okay. Is he? Ooh, that would be my mistake. I thought he was from Mizo. Then it's my mistake. Sorry. If ISL starts from 14th Feb, that means it will run through March, April, May. Those matches in summer will be inhuman to put players through that. Add unprepared pitches on it, recipe for disaster. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. But there were people today saying that we should play in the afternoons, and I'm still pleading that we should uh, we should play in the evenings at least. That's my small little suggestion. Um, but yeah, those are some of the realities of where we are at the moment. Very surprising that I see in our countries almost every hilly part of India, people is so much into football, be it Northeast, Himachal, Uttarakhand, in comparison to so many plain states. Yeah, I would say plain states in the northern belt. I would say no. Um, you've mentioned Himachal, Uttarakhand. You can add Kashmir to your list as well. But then even Punjab football, but below that, the interest of football sort of falls down. So Meghalaya coming in race. Yeah, yeah. X9P, they surely are. The government is trying. So what are your thoughts regarding the supremacy of the boards over the club management outcome of recent reactions? Apex, the boards are there for on paper. The AIFF wants to keep its control on one side in the ISL. On the I League, they want to relinquish it. So for me, it shows on one side priority, that the ISL for them is a bigger priority than the I League, and on the other side, that they care a little bit more about the ISL than the I League, because the ISL is going to get you money and the I League will cost you money. But will it be working that way? In the way that it's built at the moment, it's not going to work. I'm looking for the FIFA AIFF Academy players because the current U17 striker who's from that academy lacks the technical skills. I've come to expect he's the least technical player since I started following youth football. Okay, Goku. Why did Pune FC and Shivajins shut down? They were good hubs for talent back in the 2010s. Shivajins, because DSK was involved in financial irregularities, same problems as faced by Pune City. So both the owners had to shut their businesses, and therefore also the football teams. And Pune FC pulled out. The Piramals pulled out, and yeah, they are no longer running. They even sold their academy and everything to Pune City at the time. But one of the Piramals is now on the board of FC Goa. I have many Northeast friends, and they, despite being patriots, face racism in North Indian states. See what happened to Angal Chakma. However, I've heard this even from national team players. Baichung has said that to me. Renedy has said that to me. Mangi and all these others have said that to me again before they were known famous. Very very sad. Very very I feel it is something which is actually factually unacceptable. But those are some of the realities, right? Some of the realities of India in the year 2026. Um, yeah. And that is something which is tragic, which is sad, but should not be accepted per se, that this is the norm and this is normal and we're fine with it, and it can happen and all that stuff. I don't think that is the right thing and not the right way to handle these things. Stayed in Sikkim for a while. Great football culture. Problems gets with the altitude and grounds. Yeah, that's it. So, what's your thoughts of including Tibetan players into mainstream Indian football, playing and growing with them makes me realize they have great potential. So that if you want to put in mainstream Indian football, no problem. National team, I would never approach them because then I have problems with the Chinese, right? And we have had Tibetan footballers. At least I remember some of them playing in Delhi a few years back, or a few years again, 2 decades back. I think there were some of them. In race of Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, Kerala FC, Bangalore FC, Mumbai City FC lost a great gem, JCT, such a professional club, way out of that time. Wish they could survive for so long. See that they had to pull the plug because they were financially struggling. No? Their owners had a problem with finance, and Samit Thapa and the company was struggling massively. And then JCT had to restructure and this and that, everything. And then they cut down on things, right? So, yeah, they were great. So, in my opinion, supremacy of board owners is impacting overall football. Not only in football, the European teams are also suffering, like Man United, Chelsea, and now Real Madrid too. Apex, the problems of these boards that you're saying, at Real Madrid, it's not a board; it's one person who has all the power, and that's Florentino Perez, and that's the problem there. Chelsea has a problem with its American owners who want to run it like an American franchise. At Man United, the problems are, yeah, across multiple levels. It's not even at the board, only at the board level. I think there is a problem at Man United at the board level, but there is also a problem at the sporting level. So that's the thing. I see Arunachal as a potential footballing state as well if invested properly. There's so much more talent like Yaman. Potential, yes. Yeah. Said, Kolhapur city after Mumbai, it's a hub for football, crazy atmosphere. Sadly, they're not getting into I League 3. Some political issue are there. Raj, it's not political issue. It's just that you have to fulfill certain criteria. Yes, your Kolhapur City FC has actually played I League 3, right? If you want to talk about that. But there's been issues on that front with, yeah, fulfilling. Again, full ground, this, that is nice. But if you can't fulfill financial criteria, it won't work. Plus, Arunachal don't have language barrier as well as majority of them speak Hindi. Okay, so now, so for ending racism, it's my opinion. Add Northeast Indian chapter. Majority of North and do not about Northeast is Nagaland part of India because insert have zero section or chapter on Northeast. Ahom. Ixnampi interest. I don't know what. Again, I have never been in an Indian educational system, so I don't know what is taught to you in history or geography. So if it is, yeah, I would be right. Yeah, I caught a match of the domestic league once during my only visit there. Was a great watch. Says Simon. Officials from Super League Kerala are in discussion with the Kerala Football Association on a proposal to have dedicated football stadiums if the plans for multiple football-oriented venues moves forward. It will be interesting to see how much of this vision becomes a reality. Goku, they have a lot of ideas. Super League Kerala, they wanted to install this, they want to do that. I want to see the financial stability of the owners because two of the owners have had to be replaced, right? So these are some of the issues that I want to see sorted. We also lost Hindustan Aeronautics Limited Sports Club, SC, not FC. So yeah, we didn't lose them. They're a PSU and they like ITI, like ONGC, like Air India, BSF, Punjab Police, all of these guys had to services and PSUs go out because they were not willing to professionalize and be part of the club licensing. Football dynamics getting changed now, and so many clubs across the globe stuck with the past things. Yeah, so that is it. So is it that we can use Siddhi's community? They have black genetics, which everyone knows, and they're good in sports. If they go support in Indira Gandhi time, there is program. XMP, there was a goalkeeper called Jude Siddhi, who was Sargaonkar in India goalkeeper. So we've had players, but after that, I've not heard anything. So there are talks that Asia will also have Asia content return like Nations League. Is it true and possible? Is it will help Indian football? Apex, yes. The AFC have announced that they are considering of creating an AFC Nations League. And for India, I don't know. It depends on us, right? At the moment, if you've got three divisions, then we most probably will no, not most probably we will be in the second division. If there are four divisions, we would only be in the third division. So therefore, it depends on where we stand. We need more Northeast politicians, says Arunava. Okay. Sir, I studied from nursery in CBSE school. Zero mentioned zero chapter on Ahom Empire who defeated 18-time Mughal Ahom travel settled in modern Assam. Okay. 80% of I League 2 and I League 3 clubs don't able to get promotions just because of finance. No proper ground and no roadmap. When they do play and go ahead, reality hits hard as basic framework is missing from Indian football. No, Siddharth, it is not missing. And there I will actually defend the AIFF and not, you know, um, that is on the clubs. The clubs, again, without money, how do I push things into, into a higher level? And that's, to me, that is it's a very difficult question, right? Because at the end of the day, the question is, what are we doing, how we're doing it, right? And to me, that question is not answered, by saying, hey, listen, everyone can join in. No, we need criteria. We need financial criteria. We need other criteria to allow us to filter out those entities which we think and believe deserve to be there. So that's the reality. You're always saying building a club stadium is very difficult in Indian context. Can you list the problems, Tushar, simple. Land starts with land. It starts with government. It continues with all other things linked to it. That's why it's not working. So sorry, coming back to marketing side of the leagues, my thought is for any sport to succeed, we always need fans, but more than that, we want those viewers who are not diehard fans, but watch the game in spare time. These are people with good purse. The idea should be to attract more of them to our sports. For maybe cricket, to us, they have can be captured through marketing. Your thoughts? You're talking about the so-called casual viewer, Anish, and the purse. What is the purse? What am I spending on? Right. My question to you would be, if I am saying that I am, um, I'm able to do X, Y, Z. Um, who am I attracting and how? Right. Our problem at the end of the day is that it's not so easy. It is not so easy. It's marketing. I think it's smart marketing these days via social media as well. Every corner of the country possesses untapped potential. What we need is a proper system to ensure talents can emerge and flourish. Yeah, agreed, Ned. Bodo 1-0, Bodo 2-0. Yeah, Bodo Glimt seemed to have scored 2 goals in 3 minutes. Herc with both the goals 22nd and 24th. So City 2 goals behind. Besides the bilateral and diplomatic relations with our neighbors, the now growing internal divide amongst ourselves is a sign of grave concern. Simon, very true. So, what main reason for the downfall for the Indian football, and what did it start, considering that Indian football had a rich history? Apex, your first problem is to say we have a rich history. I've said this in the last 2, 3 days. Uh, you know, um, the problem is, do we have a rich history? In Indian football, in a global football context, our history is non-existent. We talk, you know, that's so therefore, and over the last 3+ years since this current AFF came into its position, they've not done what was needed to grow the sport. They've done things for whatever reason, and that has harmed Indian football. And therefore, we are where we are at this moment in time, and it's a mess. It's a big mess. You should do a podcast with Kalyan Chaubey if possible. So, Rama, do you think Kalyan Chaubey, first of all, will do a podcast? First question, try and answer it yourself. And secondly, would he do it with me? So both of them are a no. So, again, nice idea, but never ever happening. One thing I feel where AFF and AFC work together is on education of coaches. What are your thoughts on the same, sir? Indian coaches make it AFL as easy, but AFC trying hard to educate coach. Siddharth, the coaching licenses part is on the National Federation. It is not, the AFC gives you guardrails, guidelines, helps you with setting up your coaching courses and other things. So therefore, for me, The point at the end of the day is we have to do it structured in our own country, and our leadership in regard to coaching and all that stuff has not been good. Even our top guys who are now there will tell you, oh, we got this and everything, and I tell them, guys, no, we're not, and then we always have, um, yeah, it doesn't work. That would be absolute cinema. The battle. It's not a battle, Simon and Zaravar. What's the point? Again, I can talk more to myself because what should I ask him? I know the guy for nearly 25 years, right? Is Bodo Glimt playing against Galatasaray? Oh, now the Frankfurt fan comes out, huh? Oh, Roshan? Oh, sorry, Borussia Dortmund fan who would support Eintracht Frankfurt. Zoravar bhai, nange karwa. It won't happen. Damn, appeared in Chuck the Football YouTube podcast. He also did a podcast with Anush. That how long was that ago? Right? Again, and those guys don't ask hard-hitting questions, right? Do they know? Sorry, with all due respect to those guys, do they know enough to be able to talk to Kalyan Chaube about the goods and the ills of Indian football? Do they know Kalyan Chaube and his career? Right? Do they know what he's done? You know, would like to amend this existing pyramid. I feel the structure is fine, but needs financial stability. Yeah, it's it's the problem is at the end of the day, it starts and ends with finance, right? And the finance, if it's not right at the top, again, you can fund the grassroots and youth, but then that needs to be like tons of CSR money, otherwise it will not work. That's the challenge, right? So Coca-Cola have started supporting Indian women football. Can it be a turning point or any major impact in football? No. Apex. They're doing it as part of the FIFA World Cup Trophy Tour. They end up in India and they leave CSR projects behind. It's a CSR project from their side, right? I'm already prepared that we get humbled by Tottenham. Ooh, Roshan, yeah. Borussia Dortmund have that knack, right, of messing it up. Kalyan will only come back in public picture before Bengal elections. Yeah, Sumit, but he is in the public picture for football, but for the wrong reasons. I mean, as you saw on chess before COVID, chess-based India told they rarely had one kick on viewers because of comedian. They got up to 50 in posts that hype. Still, they maintain 10K. Agreed scale is low, but isn't that good marketing? Was it planned marketing? Again, my question to you is, was it planned marketing, Anish? I don't know. And is it really, are the numbers real? Right? Because I had the issue with the Global Chess League and I had a conversation about them and they also said, listen, yeah, so therefore, I don't know. I think for talking about women's football, I believe they can change the shape of women's football to some extent if they get success. So far, they've done a lot, even with a great league can help. Siddharth, the women's game is much more easier to be successful. And India in the last 3-4 years has actually missed the bus. We should have played the 2023 World Cup. We were the team who got COVID, right? So that's the reality. The problem is you only give answers to all of the hard-hitting questions one may ask, or maybe not. Check the football is also where Bajaj was live as well. Have seen UC guys as well. Yeah, I've been part of it, and it's no point. Sorry. Many foreign governments always seek to create instability in other nations. For them, when looking at the US, just the extent of their. Okay. Met Kapil Sharma a few days back and asked him that why you never invited any football. He simply said nobody knows them. It's quite rude, arrogant, I feel. Siddharth, you know what? We did Mumbai City did something with him in 2014, and I did not go on the show. Thiago, our Swiss player, was it? Ranbir Kapoor was on it, and I didn't go on the old Kapil Sharma show. I was on the set. Really fun, lovely conversation with him and with Navjot Singh Sidhu. Um, you know, and yeah, that's the thing. So yeah. Why isn't FIFA Forward Development Program stepping up for Indian football? Apex, it supports you, but you have to do the work, right? The FIFA programs are there, they're good, they support you, but what are you doing yourselves, right? You know, and we are in a situation where we need to grow, you know, and yeah, it was. Um, it's for us to do the work. It's not for FIFA to do the work, right? Who watches Kapil Sharma show? It's pure brain rot. Zoravar, it was big, right? And at the time in 2014, with Ranbir in it and all that stuff, had great ratings and all, and did a lot of PR for Mumbai City at the time. So again, if we're talking about PR things, these are mainstream shows. If you can get into them, it's great. FIFA AIFF Academy, yeah, it's part of it. But again, the work has to be done in India. Who's doing the scouting? How you're getting the players? FIFA Plus streams Santosh Trophy Roshan. They've done it last year as well. They've streamed other things out of India as well in the past, which is good on one side for sort of global football fans. But what's the value for us, right? That would be my question to you guys. Right, 2 hours and 1 minute. Wow, another very long, long live here. Once more, reminder: like, share, and subscribe. Arun Foot. Only 17 likes so far, guys. I think we can do better. Um, And those of you who haven't, please do subscribe to the channel. At the end of this show, we stand at 3,716. Um, and watch the short videos that I try and make on a regular basis. Did something about the foreigners leaving the Indian Super League earlier today. And yeah, watch the other ones. Did something on the crazy AFCON final, on what is remaining on the ISL. The women's football thing, Manisha moving to Peru, and Amelia joining Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. My Arun Foot take on things. Please do watch those as well. And thanks for as always on those. Every nation like Trinidad played World Cup, but such a big country can't run a top tier league. Such a big shame for all of us, especially for me who works in football. So that it's reality. It's the reality, and um, let's see what happens. Any transfer rumors? So, Rava, there were rumors about East Bengal looking for strikers, right? Diego Mauricio and Jorge Pereira Diaz. Jorge Pereira Diaz, for the moment, is staying with Mumbai City. And Jorge Ortiz has also joined Mumbai City. So, Mumbai City at the moment seems to be playing with two foreigners, two attacking foreigners. Intakashi seemed to have been in the market. Yuvraj was early on there, mentioned quite a few number of names who've joined them. Nishu Kumar, Jayesh Rane, amongst others, Len Dungal. And yeah, so those are those. And again, Mohun Bagan releasing one of their foreigners and signing one was also, but again, nothing concrete. That Pakistan is planning to launch a franchise football league in coming months. Zurawa, they've been talking about a franchise league in Pakistan for the last 15 years. I met even someone many years back who told me about it. What was it, 2012? So it's like the SAF Club Championship. Let's see what they're going to do with all of those. Fabrizio Mars has ruined the transfer window hype as it was before. It isn't the same in my opinion, reflecting. Rectify if I'm wrong. And has he I don't know if he's ruined the transfer window, Apex. The problem is now that there are X number of Fabrizios in each of those markets, right? We have our Sky Germany, which is big, and they've got Florian Plettenberg and others who are experts. The Bild Zeitung is here. You've got the same thing in Italy, in Spain, in England, in France. We've got our own sort of Fabrizio and Marcus, so to say, with transfer rumors. Has it? I don't know. Is it the same? It is. Maybe it was the craziest 2 3 years ago. Maybe that craze has gone down a little bit, but it's still there, in my opinion. Good night, Surava. Gute Nacht, X9P. Guys, thanks a lot. As always, like, share, and subscribe. I don't put here on YouTube. Watch my short videos, and yeah, please support the channel. And without your help, the channel is not going to grow. And again, as you say, FIFA is India's Marcus, FIFA is Marcus. Yeah, Marcus Magulao. Therefore, guys, do that and like, share, and subscribe. Support the channel. Watch the short videos, and I will be back tomorrow night with another live. And yeah, trying to do some interviews again. All the people are pushing me backwards. Been planning some interviews in the start of the year, but none of them have happened because of the where we are. And that is it. Good night, and it's a wonderful experience to have a conversation. You're welcome, and we'll never forget this. Oh God, let's not get to the Shavi saga, Simon. Very embarrassing. Thanks, and good night, everyone.